Welcome back, guys. Welcome to the channel. I'm sorry I've been gone for a minute, but now that the Dark Phoenix movie is like less than a month away, I'm so excited to talk about it for two different reasons. The first is that it's the last of the Fox X-Men films, thank goodness. And the second reason is that it's about to enter the MCU, which I'm so excited about because I've been talking about the X-Men entering the MCU since Days of Future Past. Actually, a little bit before that, but even though Days of Future Past was like a good movie for what it was, something told me that from right there, the X-Men are now going to be in the MCU and they just need to work out the kinks. But before I get into that, I also want to talk about some updates with the channel because there's certain subscribers that are subscribed for certain reasons. With the first being, what's up with the X-Men web series? So this channel started with the X-Men web series as well as like Marvel fan films. I did like a Blade, we did Tomb Raider, all those kinds of things, and they were fun. So the reason why the X-Men web series is taking a little bit, because there's 4 episodes that is just not complete, not finished, and really I don't want to put it out because it's that much not finished. And it's for a few reasons. Number one, we have certain actors that were doing this series when they were like younger in school, really had nothing but free time on their hand, and now they've moved away, they're growing up, they got like, you know, the big jobs. They can't really come back and do certain things, film extra content, record extra audio. And we also have some actors who are now close to celebrity status. So we have actors that are working like behind the scenes in Hollywood and in front of the screen in Hollywood. For instance, Keith Brooks, he's probably our biggest person that was on our show. He played Beast, and now you can catch him on like stuff like The Walking Dead. You can catch him on Stranger Things, and I can go on and on about almost everyone. So there's that. So we're also missing audio. There's certain actors who don't even want to act anymore, so it's kind of hard to get them in to do audio. So if we was to release these episodes, you would be like, what's going on? I don't understand it, because it's just not coming together. So it's one of those things where it's like, it's probably just best not to release it just yet, but in the meantime just film newer updated X-Men stuff. And lastly, though, we shot that stuff like years ago, so to release content that was made years ago is kind of not going to be a reflection on what could be made right now. So then we have the All Powers videos. Like last year I was killing it with all these All Powers videos, but the thing is that there was so many other YouTube channels out there that was literally ripping my edits, like shot to shot. Even the ones that have my tag on it, they're ripping it and putting it on their channel. And that was kind of bugging me, because so basically now I have to find a way to redo those All Powers videos so that they can't be stolen and copied without the viewer knowing that it actually came from this channel. So I do have some new type of content coming out to integrate with the All Powers, so be sure to look out for those. So the new films that we are coming out, the Blade series is coming out. We did drop a trailer for that. We're still filming it, but we want to go big with it. So we have like some interesting prosthetics that's going to be introduced that's going to make people say, wow. Fantastic Four is still coming. The Thing. So you got like Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, Human Torch, and The Thing. The Thing is so crazy to do. Oh my goodness. This is why there's not a lot of Fantastic Four fan films out there, because Fantastic Four can be a little bit tricky to do. We're going to be doing Tomb Raider. Our follow-up to the Tomb Raider film we shot a couple years ago. That'll be done this summer. And then we do have new X-Men we've shot with Blood Ties. So we'll be seeing Nightcrawler and Rogue and Sabretooth and that whole family dynamic. That's coming. I also play Spike, and so that'll be in there. We're about to shoot some more new Spider-Man fan film content also coming up. And then Fighting Angels, we shot something for Fire Angel, which also have vampires in it. So hopefully before Blade can come out, that could be the whole feeding your vampire hunger. Okay, so now that that is out, the updates are out, let's talk about X-Men Dark Phoenix. And we're going to talk about the pros and the cons of why you should be excited for this movie for many levels. The first one is, like, it's the last of the Fox X-Men film. I cannot stretch how excited I am for this, because even though those X-Men films were hit and miss, it was more of a miss because not only was the continuity really bad in those Fox X-Men films, the character development, there was like no character development for this ensemble of mutants. It's like, okay, we get it. We got Wolverine, Magneto, Mystique, and Xavier. Every single movie, we have to continue their story arc. It makes no sense when the X-Men is literally a big team and we don't know anything about Storm or Rogue or Gambit or Angel, and I can go on and on and on. So, so now that it's going to be going to the MCU, at least one thing that Disney is good about is character development for characters that we already know about and the ones that we've never even heard of before. So the fact that they're going to introduce the X-Men in this, and now we're actually going to see where Storm comes from. Now we're going to see the pain that follows Cyclops. Now we get to have a real Jean Grey development into her Phoenix story. Because even though Dark Phoenix is coming out, the people who only know about the X-Men films, they may be excited about it, but people who actually know who the X-Men are, we're like, how can you do Dark Phoenix in one movie? Like, this is like something that needs to be spread across at least 3 films so you can become emotionally invested into the Jean Grey character. I want to shed a tear when I see the Phoenix Saga unfold. I don't want to be like, yeah, she went crazy for a second and they stopped it. So, so that's a good reason to be excited, is that this era of Fox X-Men films is finally coming to an end. And I know this Phoenix movie is not going to be that great because, number one, they had to reshoot this film like several times. Then you have the actress who plays Storm, Alexandra Shipp. She does not keep her mouth shut for anything as far as like speaking her mind when it comes to the X-Men films and Storm. And she even gave an interview not even a week ago that said, I don't want to be in another X-Men film where Storm is standing in the background not doing anything. And the fact that she said that just told me that in this Dark Phoenix film, Storm is going to be standing in the background not doing anything once again. So it's like, I understand where she's coming from, but if you're a big Storm fan, there's probably no need to get really excited about Dark Phoenix, because Alexandra Shipp just told you that even though they're going to be doing cool things with her powers, that's basically where it's going to stop. I mean, did the Dark Phoenix trailer actually excite you? Did any of the trailers excite you? Because I did see some shots that were pretty cool, like when Beast was doing the flip arounds and stuff, but other than that, I'm like, we've seen this movie before. I didn't get anything new from that trailer. So that's that part. So then I've run across a lot of people who are like, they don't want the Fox X-Men to integrate into MCU. And I'm like, why? Like, why not? And I think it's because people want the X-Men to be contained in their own thing. If Disney is smart, they would still have the X-Men contained in their own thing, just like the comic books are. When I was growing up, I wasn't reading every Captain America and Iron Man and Thor comic book. I was reading all the X-Men comic books, and every now and then you might see Captain America in a flashback of Wolverine, or Wolverine fighting Hulk, and it's always good to get those cameos from the Avengers side integrating to the X-Men side. If they do that in the films, the X-Men has the potential to also gross over $2 billion. The X-Men have always had stronger comic book sales back in the day than the Avengers, and it can happen with the movies as well. So people are like, well, the X-Men aren't even going to be integrated for another 5-something years. That's great, because you have to understand, Kevin Feige had this mindset that they will never touch the X-Men ever. So of course he's going to build this giant universe around the characters that he has. And so now that they have the rights to X-Men, he can't just say, you know what, let me throw all this stuff away and now let me slide the X-Men in it, because when you do that, you're kind of messing up these years of plans that you had. So I'm okay with the X-Men not being shown for another 5 years. However, it would make sense to slowly put certain characters in other movies. If they put Storm in a Black Panther film, I am going to watch that Black Panther film a million times. You know what I mean? Wolverine could also be introduced in the Avengers team, because what also some people don't understand is that X-Men have been in the Avengers team. Wolverine is an Avenger. Storm, Rogue, Gambit, Havoc, they've all been a part of the Avengers roster for a good minute. So it can still work that way. I'm following every morning I wake up. I always check for any type of X-Men news, whether it's them going to the MCU or this Dark Phoenix film or what this person has to say on Twitter, etc. So I am going to post videos every single time that every single X-Men news comes out, because just like some of you, you're X-Men fanatics. You have tattoos on your body, you have statues, you have toy figures on your shelf. And so I am going to be here to provide you every step of the way of all X-Men news that is going to hit. And now that Dark Phoenix is coming out in less than, I don't know, a couple weeks here, I'm definitely going to be showing these out. So stay tuned. There's a lot more new content coming out this summer. And bell so you'll know as soon as it comes out. Subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.